We live, baby. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. You know how I go. You know what it be like, man. But we here to talk about it. You know we here to talk about it. Zuffa everything. You see the thumbnail. Keyshawn, Devin Haney, 2026. Let's go. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Boxing is great. Boxing is safe. Shout out to Zuffa Boxing yesterday, putting on a spectacular card. Card was cool. You know, me personally, patiently waiting for the fight to come on. I ended up taking a deep nap. Yeah, but I need people. Once a lot of people come in, we gonna cook, man. I got a lot to talk about, man. Getting flagged be crazy out here. You know, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of things going on in the sport of boxing. There's a lot of things going on in the sport of boxing. Oh my God, all my stuff right there. But we here to talk about it, y'all. Trying to get people to tune in. Once people start tuning in, we're gonna go live and we're gonna cook. Me, I gotta get ready, Waiting for my brothers to pull up. Shout out my co-host, Santos Boxing. Shout out my broski Frontline. You hear me? We taking a shout out to my guy Edwin, Round One Sports. Shout out to my broski H Money. Shout out to Kendrell. Shout out to Herb Legend. Shout out to everybody that come show me love. Shout out to Timmy, everybody that pulled up on me yesterday. I appreciate it. But today it's time to cook. It's time to cook. It's time to cook. I got a bunch of notes. I always take notes. But I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about the Zuffa card last night. Did y'all like the Zuffa card? Was it cool to y'all? You understand? Wow. This is crazy. So running the business and you just put everything in the logbook. Let me show my face. People want to see my face. Let me show my face. Wow, where did I put my stuff at? I'm here to show my face. We gonna cook. Just give me a little second. Cause I took notes. I'm trying to find where I put my notes at. Man. This joint is crazy. Wow. But yeah, let's talk about it. We're gonna get into this Devin Haney, Keyshawn Davis fight. That's it's this year. We're getting it this year. It's the next fight up. Another big fight in boxing. That's definitely another big fight in boxing. Oh, I found it. We got another big fight in boxing. Keyshawn Davis, getting the opportunity to fight for another WBO title at 147, which is Devin the Dream Haney. Devin the American Dream Haney. I'm glad, I think Tiger Johnson should have got the fight. And the reason I say that and state that because what's going on, it's going to make the fight more intriguing. What's going on in the sport of boxing between those brothers. But besides that, man, like I said, there's a lot going on in the sport of boxing right now. I see they're not sending out my notifications. Because the reason I want to talk about it, I'm gonna wait. I always wait to the 8-minute mark to get to where I want to get to and talk about. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how you can report certain news. You can report certain news, right? And these, I want to, man, fuck it, because I'm already, I'm already hit to May 2nd. Fuck these people. I'm already hit the May 2nd. But, we're going to talk about it. And what we're going to talk about is, listen, if y'all don't want us to report the dumb shit, if y'all do not want us to report the dumb shit, don't do the dumb shit. That's it. Don't do the dumb shit. Don't do the dumb shit. I get a strike yesterday on I get a strike yesterday. But I get a strike yesterday because I posted a clip of Bill Haney getting stomped out. So it was cool for me to post a clip of Tiger Johnson getting his ass whipped and getting jumped by your sons. But once we post a clip of you, Bill Haney, getting his ass whipped, getting stumped out by the Ohioans and Tiger team, y'all want to give me a copyright strike. I just came off a fucking copyright strike. Like right now, I would like to know how can I, because I want to sue. I want to sue because y'all stopping my growth. Y'all stunting my growth. You understand me? Like I went from having 1,000 people on my live to having nothing. I want to getting hundreds of thousands on my short videos to getting nothing. I can post a regular video up. It ain't much, but I know my lowest traction was 1,000 views. So between 1,000 and 10,000 views I was getting, y'all slow people progress down, man. It's too much shadow banning going on in YouTube. You feel me? But fuck all that. The Haneys, stop doing the dumb shit, because I'm a felon. I don't know what a street nigga is. Because when I was growing up, it's either you was a rat nigga, you was a rainbow nigga, you was a gangster, which you ain't sell drugs, you ain't doing none of that shit. The gangster always stood in the crib. You was a robber, which you stay in the crib, you come out, you just rob niggas. That's not a street nigga. The only niggas was in the streets was drug dealers, the fiends, cops, and informants / CIs, which is rats. Those were the only niggas in the streets. So a lot of these people got to stop that. Because I know once I get off house arrest and I go to these shows, I'm going to run into these people. And when I run into y'all, don't try to press me because you're going to get your shit pushed back. Know what I mean? Don't try to press me. You dealing with a real felon. You're not dealing with a fake nigga that want to call himself a street nigga, because I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is a street nigga. Because if you rob niggas, you're not in the streets. You a house nigga. Why? Because you running in the house. You went from a car nigga to a house nigga. Leave me alone once I get off this shit. But the point is, stop giving my channel copyright strikes for some shit y'all don't own the copyrights to. Everything becomes public domain. It doesn't matter who captured the footage. Once you upload it, it becomes public domain. It becomes fair use. But just don't do the stupid shit. But this is why I tell y'all, these people was trying to turn America into a communist situation. I hear people saying Turkey the savior. What big fight he put on? Because everything I see is all WWE-ish. I'm going to use listen. This is why Geronte Tank Davis told him, nigga, send me 2 Ferraris. And this, he called his bluff, shows you that he can't send it to you because it's not his money. It's the Saudi government's money, not his. 1. Number 2, what Tank came out his mouth and stated is, if I go over there and fight your guy, like you said, your guy, your ring ambassador guy, I'm fighting the system. I'm going to get robbed. I'm fighting the system if it goes 12. For instance, we just watched Tio and Shakur, right? Didn't Andy Cruz and Raymond Motaya look like that? I want the world to understand how a lot of people take dives in boxing. It's a lot of people that take dives, but you stupid young motherfuckers won't know nothing because y'all never seen shit. Y'all niggas have really never been through shit in life. You watch people say, y'all been through it all. Nigga, once 1990 came, This is real. Fuck that. Once 88 came, nigga, it wasn't no more broke people. The only pain you went through if your mother was a fiend or your pop was a fiend. That's the only pain people went through because DHS was running wild. But that's what's happening in boxing today. For instance, look at Dana White. You get 500 million per fight, and your fighter's only making 75,000, and that's if they win, and the loser get such and such. Make it make sense to me, y'all. Y'all got to make this shit make sense to me because it's not making sense at all. It's not making sense at all, you know. That's why for all you up and coming young amateur fighters, Golden Gloves, whatever, learn the game. And what I mean by that is because a lot of people say, "But you know, the pros is different from the amateurs." No, the fuck is not. The only thing difference is you just signing the paper. That's the only difference is you're signing the fucking paper because you're going to have the same style. You're going to have the same punch placement, the same punch output, the same footwork. You're going to have everything the same. Even the judges judging the fuck the same. Because in the amateurs, you'll watch a nigga get his ass whipped and still win. And you be like, wow. They win by the points. In boxing, you know, before post Mayweather era, you know, the Mayweather effect, the person that landed the most punches win the fight. That's how it always was. I don't give a fuck if you got dropped 3 times. That's why the 3 knockdown rule went extinct. They got it out of here because you can get dropped. We seen it with Chris Colbert and Rayo, Venezuela. You can get dropped and still get up and turn that round to a 10-9 round or make it a 10-10. Because to keep it real, back in the day, every first round, round 1 was a 10-10 round. But this is why I talk to y'all about biasness and bringing communism to the sport of boxing is, if Teofimo Lopez is your Ring Magazine champ, just look at the commentate. They wanted that boy out of there. And Turkey wanted him out of there for what reason? Because Teo called him a dictator. He called that man a dictator. And you see it's aging well. It's aging well. If you do your research on a brother, you will understand. But, you know, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I respect Turkey for help saving the world. All of this other shit is just entertainment. You feel me? And boxing became entertainment now, y'all. Everything is WWE-ish. They're trying to make people better than Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis now. But ain't none of you niggas pay-per-view stars. I'm happy these guys that was on pay-per-view because they should have been deserved it, you know? It's just the people Turkey surrounded stuff around, you know? No, they all are pro Al Heyman, pro PBC fighters. I mean, pro PBC because, you know, PBC was putting on the shows. PBC, fuck all that. PBC, you still make more money on PBC than you do with Turkey in them. Why? Because when you deal with PBC, your company, you're dealing as a business. It's a pyramid. You're dealing as a business. Not a person that's coming in here giving you a large lump sum. And when you give that large lump sum, you like, damn, all right. I just got 10 million for this fight. Like Teo Shakur got 9 million for the fight. But if I would have went the PBC route and worried about the back end, I would have still got 5 million up front. That shit was sold out. I could have made 20 million that fight. So with the 5 million up front plus the back end, Teo and Shakur would have walked out with 25, 30 million apiece. 18, no lacking. What up? What up? Shout out Team No Lacking. You know, go over there to Team No Lacking and subscribe, man. It's all love. But this is the only problem I got. If you're really getting, yeah, 18 No Lacking, that's a fact. They've been solid all year, then dropped the banger, and it was a big banger. You know, it was a big banger, you know. I need everybody that's tuned in, go over there to Team No Lacking and subscribe. You understand me? And subscribe. But no, I'm going to keep it tall. Zuffa cards, you know, even though it's boxing, it's still a good fight. Shout out to Hot Rod. Yo, that fight, it was a mean fight. I'm going to do a little clip on that joint because that was a mean fight. You know, the only problem I have is if y'all really getting paid 500 million per fight, give these fighters some more money. I appreciate you, Team No Lacking. I need y'all all over there to go subscribe to my guy, Team No Lacking. I promise y'all, go subscribe. You know, you're going to get good content and you're going to know, take a journey through his life when he in the gym. You'll understand. Because we got to understand fighters better. Because a lot of us just shoot off the hip. You know, I'm only speaking of the knowledge that I know as a, you know, being a boxer, growing up in the sport, you know, even though I never went pro or none of that shit because, you know, the streets took me. You know, my setback was always the streets. you know. Because at that time, the streets was different. You know, getting money was a little different than how it is now. But you know, besides that, you know, I got an amateur champion. You know, I let my son cook all on that. You know, he got his own channel. You know, hopefully he can go live again. You know, but my son posted up clips of him. You know, in the gym, he just had a fight, so we're gonna. You know, he sent me the. Did he send me the footage? Well, he sent it to me on Instagram, so I got to see how that worked out. But to each his own, man. You know, I do this shit for me. You know, to tell people the truth. Though, even though this one thing I have about trainers this generation. Y'all got to teach these kids a lot. You know, because you can go in there and you can see your fighter get gassed out. So if your fighter getting gassed out, what are you going to tell your fighter? It's like a treadmill. You watch people say, I'm doing this much miles on a treadmill. A treadmill is different from putting your feet on land. Now that 5 miles you're running, it might seem easy. Now once you put your feet in land, run that 5K. Do the 5K. Run 3 miles, 3.1 miles. Do the 5K because the 5K is going to keep you well conditioned. I watch people say, "Oh, Conor Ben was on P." No. It might look like that because of certain entities that's creating shit, but at the end of the day, if you stay on a 5K, your condition is going to be well preserved, man. You're going to, man, like, fuck 12 rounds. You can go to full 15 rounds if it still was 15 rounds, you know? And another thing I got for fighters, when they get dropped, they lay down and put their back on the canvas. They get oxygen to their brain, right? Harvey, Doc, Thomas, Bayless. A lot of y'all referees know this, right? I'm gonna get the Bayless, but a lot of y'all referees know this. When you're taking too many shots, you understand me? Less oxygen is going to the brain, so to get oxygen in your brain, if you happen to get dropped, it's like taking a knee, taking an 8 count, right? You laying backwards, so blood oxygen can run to your brain. So like we see it with Matias, we seen it with a couple people past January. That's why I said the month of January was the month of robberies. We got the WWE message. That's it, you know. But yeah, the problem I'm getting back to Dana is if you really making 500 million per fight, they gave you 500 million per fight. That's what the 9 billion for. Something's crazy. Something's crazy, man. And this is the key thing I want people to just do your research. Go look up who owns Skydance, and you will have a better intuition of what's going on in boxing. You can see the WWE shit. You know, Tony Weeks, what of them? Tony Bate, all of them, man. Jack Reese, all them niggas, man. All them referees, man. They need to fix the judging system. You know, because these judges with these wide cards is crazy. You know, people being barred out, man. These judges can be barred out. You know, and I'm glad Bayless came and said what he said on one of his interviews, how he became a referee. You know, him and his brother were judges in the amateurs at Las Vegas, in Vegas and shit. And since Bayless was more younger, he became a referee and a judge for the amateurs. Now it makes a lot of sense why Floyd Mayweather never picked him for a fight. When Floyd was pro, he never picked Bayless for a fight. It was a reason. But when you see who Bayless was dealing with, all of the contracts he was under and his brother was under going towards Top Rank, Golden Boy, etc. And if you knew what was going on, how see when PBC be like, well, you know, Al Heyman left for all the Golden Boy fighters. No. All of the fighters Al Heyman left with, he managed. That's the difference. That's why Golden Boy lost the lawsuit. See, we've been trying to figure out where the fuck PBC been at the whole time. They've been fighting lawsuits. The shit Turkey and them doing is crazy, man. You know, they think America is like their country when it's not. You'll get your shit pushed back over here. I mean, this is the land of the free. This ain't no communism. When you look up the guy that, the shit that we doing, if we was over there in Saudi Arabia, bro, we'll be locked up as political prisoners, man. Just because we talking about sports. The guy I mentioned when Turkey bought his first soccer team, he mentioned, they locked him up as a political, they kidnapped him. You know, but I'm not going to put that stain on Turkey name because the guy could have been doing some evil shit. Because at the time he was doing it, the nigga was saving the world. So dude could have did some real evil shit. That's all I'm saying. But shout out to Turkey for help saving the world. I appreciate you, Aggie. You know, and I always wish Turkey ran into Al Heyman, you know, because the money that, shout out to Mohammed bin Salman, the Prince of Saudi, you know, the king to me, you know, I wish they ran into Al Heyman because they would have got a better glimpse of the pay-per-view, you know, and they would understand pay-per-view better and the situations they going through pay-per-view with you know, like all of the fighters they got going under them is but it's this how the Ring magazine is being presented. It's not a body sanction. So since it's not a body sanction, like who the fuck care about the Ring magazine champion? I'm asking y'all, if you don't get paid off it, who cares about it? But when you pay attention to every Ring ambassador, didn't they all win? I'm just saying though. You know, shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Though I put my foot in my mouth. You know, I thought Tio was going to come out and do something, but the Tio that came out ain't the Tio that we know fighting. You know, I'm paying attention to the corner. See, that's what a lot of people got to pay attention to, the corner. And the reason I'm bringing all of this WWE shit up, just look, it was bad promotion. First of all, Teofimo Lopez is your Ring magazine champion. Why y'all not glazing him? Y'all glazing ambassador. You got a full champion right here. It was bad commentary. It was bad everything, man. It was bad everything. Sergio Moore, Chris Mannix, yo. If y'all niggas like Sergio, you've been in the ring. You've been in the amateurs. You know you are allowed to take a knee. That's why a lot of these bitch ass referees be getting me mad. Especially Bayless. When you in the amateurs, read your book. A fighter can take a knee. In the pros, saying, shout out to Gary Russell Jr., shout out to Shushu Carrington, who really mentioned it. Like when Tank did that, you know, you can do it. Take 3 steps back, paces back. It used to be kneel on your right knee, lift up your left hand, tap your head. But it used to be kneel on your right knee, lift your hand. Now it's kneel on your left knee, raise your hand. But some people say in the pros, you tap your head 3 times. Y'all gotta learn the rules, man. That's when I was a kid growing up, we ain't touch no bag. We ain't touch no pads until our footwork was right. And we learned the book. Even if you learned the book before your footwork was right, you learned the rules before your footwork was right, you still ain't touching the bag until your footwork right. So you learn the basics. Know what I mean? You can go to the gym now. You can sign your child up for a gym right now. And you know your child footwork, everything is shitty. By next week, he fuck around and have a fight. I'm just saying though, it ain't no more teachers out here. Everybody want to be a coach. Everybody want to be a trainer for money. Rest your body. You got to learn how to rest your body. If you working out, you work out one day, or Monday, I'm going to do chest. But I'm not going to lift. I'm going to do everything calisthenics. Tuesday, I'm going to do legs. Wednesday, I'm going to take off. Thursday come, I'm doing arms. Friday come, I'm doing stomach. You got to train your body right. And then the days that you resting, you can still do light shit. You can still do the 5K. You can still do the 5K. Jog for 3.1 miles, 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 dips. And if you can't do 1,000 pull-ups, you just shadow box. Shadow box. Shadow box for motherfucking 20 rounds. I'll give you 6 minute, 10 rounds. To build your shit. That's why a lot of these people be gassed and people be like, damn, you know, it's just training. It ain't the training. Because you're training, like, this is the thing is, right? You watch certain people with conditioning coaches, right? And you watch them doing all of this nut shit in the gym. Get in the streets. Put your feet on land. Listen, jogging is everything, y'all. Jogging, push-ups, sit-ups, planks, leg raises, especially pull-ups, because you're pulling up your own body weight. It takes you a long way. It's going to give you more strength than the person lifting weights. And plus, a person that lifts weights, especially heavy weights, it shortens your punch. It shortens your jab. Now you run around with T-Rex arms throwing a T-Rex jab and shit. Nigga throwing a whole bunch of Godzilla jabs while I'm throwing King Kong shit. Knock your head right off your motherfucking shoulder. You understand? I'm just saying though. You know, but I love the sport, man. I love the sport, you know. It's like the NFL. We watch Carson Palmer get fucked up, which should have been the Carson Palmer rule. But later on in life, we seen it happen. The same thing happened to Brady, then it ended up the Brady rule, you know? That's all I'm saying about boxing. And another thing y'all need to learn is learn stack wraps. And learn what stack wraps do. How when you tattoo a person's face, how they face will look. You know, and another thing I want to know is if y'all always trained at a boxing gym, why would y'all go to the UFC performance clinic and do your whole training camp there with doctors? And another thing I want people to understand is I want y'all to pay attention to Shakur. No, even though it was a good performance, but certain shit people do. I want you to pay attention to him. Pay attention to every person he fought. He always tapped their gloves instead of T.O. I want y'all to look what they listen, man. This shit be crazy, man. It be crazy, man. A motherfucker rub some shit on the gloves instead of the nigga touching your glove. The nigga tapped you in the right here. That's why T.O. looked at him. Then from there, you started seeing him shrink. It's certain creams. Man, y'all better learn. Victor Conte was an evil genius, and all of the niggas he left behind and that's controlling that snack. Y'all better understand, nigga. This is America, nigga. Freedom of speech. I'm just letting y'all know. You feel me? Because we could have got a better fight than that. You know, we could have got a better fight than that. But the key thing I say, pay attention to what the father said. You're going to regret it. Did T.O. take a dive? You know, I heard from a little birdie that, you know, the reason T.O. dad didn't show up to the joint because they held him hostage. If y'all really want to know the truth, you know, that's why his dad kept saying, yo, don't take the dive, man. Don't take it. You're going to regret it tomorrow. Don't take it. Don't take it. Y'all seen the same shit with Earl Spence. He ain't looked right. He ain't look right. And I won't put it past Mayweather at the time. Y'all listen, y'all better learn who Ish is. Ish Henson. Y'all better learn these. Nigga, this is America. I can say whatever the fuck I want, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all niggas want to keep giving me strike. Bill Haney, you a bitch. You a bitch, Bill. You a bitch. You a bitch. You gave me another strike. Now I just get the fuck off a strike. Y'all niggas some bitches, yo. Real fucking rat, bitch ass niggas. Yo, they gave me a motherfucking copyright strike again. They ain't even get a warning. So I can post all of the Tiger Johnson shit up of him getting jumped by your kids. But once I post you getting your ass whipped, getting stumped, you gonna do that to me? Like, come on, bro. You're the reason people dislike your son right now. Because if Dev just would have kept that loss on his record, he would have been more of a GOAT. And him winning that WBO title would have aged it well. But you the motherfuckers who work with a well-known cheater named Victor Conte. You niggas. You niggas, the same bitch Kim, who found Ryan positive for PEDs and then resigned. So make it make sense. But your son was suspended for a whole year too. Ryan won that lawsuit, and when he won that lawsuit, you can even go back and check that UFC guy, even the blogger guy, because they was at the motherfucking court, John, saying that Ryan was tested negative for PEDs. And then a year later, what did he do? He gave y'all a polygraph test, and it proved that he was telling the truth the whole time. Enough said. Enough said. They want to listen. Y'all better understand that lawsuit that was going on. They couldn't be around each other. That's why when that shit happened and he lost, that's when they finally got around each other. Because Bill Haney had a motherfucker, a PFA out on Ryan, a stay away order out on Ryan. This is the shit a lot of people don't know. But when you do your research, you will understand, especially when you a felon. You know? Because remember, we was the first people to say it. The bitch cannot sue Tank for what she's saying unless he get a criminal charge. Y'all fucked up. Y'all tried to sue him first. Now y'all trying to get the criminal charge. Y'all fucked up. And this is what Jank was saying. This is the same thing Tank told Jake. I better not find out no shit. Y'all trying to backdoor me. And look what happened. But you fought Tyson, who went to jail for what? You fought Shakur. Had brung Shakur in camp. punching girls in the fucking head. There's videos. They gave me a strike for that too when I put it up. Anybody that deal with Victor Conte snack, like I show y'all the proof. I put it up in my shorts. I beef with Bo Mac. Me and Senior, like I bid with a Norman Senior, so it ain't really much. They ain't beef. But like Bo Mac, Steve Nelson, Team Crawford, I only all of the snack motherfuckers. I only beef with people when I see the snack shit. You know, me and Wally Moses, we cool on social media. You understand me? Because he's an excellent trainer. And I'm glad Shakur was listening to the corner this time. Because all his other fights, he never was fucking listening. I could have, I always said that he could have knocked Zepeda out if he would have kept it in the center of the ring. But since Zepeda made him fight his fight, Zepeda won. You know? You know? And then when people talk about, this how you know the nut hugging, they don't talk about none of his fights at 135. The nigga didn't beat De Los Santos. That's the rematch we need, the De Los Santos rematch. But the point I want you to just listen. You heard me. I feel stronger than him. How you know what a man feels, nigga? But the nigga looked good at 140. I can say that. He looked good at 140. That's his weight class, man. Your walk around weight is your weight class. They need to go back to 8 divisions, 8 weight classes. Because the 17 weight class shit is fucking the game up. Go back to 8. You can't duck the smoke when you at 8 weight classes. That's why you hear when Durant was fighting them guys, it was only 8 weight classes, nigga. So he was fighting the niggas in his weight class. You feel me? It's either you was at lightweight at 135 and you jumped up to welterweight, which was 140, 147, 154. That was welterweight. Those three weight, 140, 147, 154 was all one division, which was welterweight. But you let these motherfuckers tell you something different. Go back to the 8 divisions, man. Because the 17 shit brings too many interim titles. Shit, don't be surprised the Ring Magazine come up with an interim title. I'm telling you, you know. But I might talk shit about how the robberies had on Zuffa first card, but you know, we still getting good cards, we still getting good fights. Because that hot rod fight was mean. Even that Diego Torres and Rayo fight was a great fight. You know, and another thing I want to tell people, right? I hate that shit when people be like, well, you know, he got no experience. Nigga, when you go to the amateurs, I don't give a fuck if you got 10 fights. You got 10 fights of experience. Oh, you want to be the nigga Crumble, Eric Crumble, and have 34 fights with 34 losses. Or 34, 33 losses, some shit. Like, you don't want to be Eric Crumble. But when you look at Eric Crumble losses, and you look at his record as an amateur, he got experience. The only thing that changes is you signing your name on the dotted line. Because, all right, I'm an amateur today, right? I'm going to go sign the PBC today, right? Or Tom Brown. I signed to them niggas. The next week, I got to fight. I'm still the same fighter from last week to this week coming up. You know? I need people to understand that. You know, because, for instance, they lie and say a person to have all these fights. Like Madrimov. We watched Madrimov get his... Listen, I told y'all about Madrimov. I told y'all about Boachuk. I even told y'all about Bachman. Even Tim Tszyu. And I'm telling you about Virgil Ortiz. They all the same fighter. They not like that. They not like that. They not like that. I promise you, they not like that, bro. They not. Ryan Frank, they was whooping his ass. Listen, trust me. Boy is not like that. He's not like that. Because I watch people say the dumbest shit, right? And what I mean by that is, if you got your promoter trying to get you a 60-40 split, but your manager want to sue him because you don't want the fight. Your manager want to sue him because I want the fight to be a 50-50 split. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. The biggest duck of the fucking century. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. If you're my manager, let's say No Lacking. No Lacking is my motherfucking promoter, right? And I got my manager, let's say somebody else my manager, right? Let's say Robert Garcia, he's a manager slash trainer, right? I say Robert Garcia, my manager. Robert Garcia, no, I just got the phone call. Eddie Reynoso just called a senior and me saying Virgil ain't ready for it, and this is a fact. And then my promoter goes in and said, "Listen, well, no, Virgil don't sell tickets. No, never been a champion, never fought for a title. Hey, Herb Legend, what up? What up? What up? Now, I'm talking about this Keyshawn and Devin Haney situation this year and Zuffa boxing, man. 500 million per fight, and these fighters is getting paid that. It's crazy, but I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth because I think they getting paid more. It'd probably be like a Bitcoin situation, but hopefully, that's what I was really talking about. It's just crazy, 500 million per fight. That's a lot of motherfucking money, man. That's a lot of motherfucking money. Shit. Even for a fighter to get 250, it's still light, but pay these niggas, man. Pay these niggas because you got the deal. Oh, we already know who owns Skydance. So the person that owns Skydance, we already know who his father is, right? His father, the nigga that's fucking with Trump, right? So you know how the game be rigged, man. But that's the only problem I have with these getting them $1 million. You know what I mean? And even the open, the nigga get them a $250,000. You should start off a quarter. Like, but I understand as the business is, you're trying to spread it for a certain amount, but you still gonna win. Just let the rest of the fighters be like, all right, I'm gonna give you this. You're gonna make this, but I'm gonna make sure you eat on the back end. You feel me? But everything WWE. You feel me, Herb? Everything WWE. Shout out to my broski Urban Legend, man. Day one since day one, you hear me? But yeah, I love this shit, y'all. I love it, man. I love it. Just like the NBA. I'm mad as shit right now. Since when? Since when a motherfucker only scores 66 points? These parlays, y'all fucking up the parlays. Y'all fucking up the parlays, man. Y'all fucking up the parlays, man. Tighten up on the parlays, man. Because we see the rigness. We see it. I promise y'all, by next year, ain't nobody gonna be betting on that shit. Cause y'all fucking the game over. Y'all cheating the game wrong. You cheating the game wrong. Let niggas hit 3, 4. Every week you should let a nigga hit once a week. As long as a nigga hit once a week and he hit something big, like me. Like me. If I was to hit and I hit for $1,000, I'm not touching that. That $1,000 gonna stand right there, and that's my gambling money. Knocking them niggas out the motherfucking park. That's my gambling money. You feel me? And then if I feel as though, I only got 100 left, I'm gonna upload $500 more, and that 100 I got left, that shit gonna turn to 6. I'm gonna put 2 on this parlay, take that 200. Oh, I just hit big for another stack. Now I got fucking motherfucking 14. All that shit go. That's how I do my shit. Know what I mean? But you see the rigness. Like last week, I hit. I wake up happy as shit. I'm like, damn, I had my last $3. I hit. I wake up. I win $181. I'm like, oh, I'm betting there. I'm betting, nigga. I don't even bet horse racing. I'm in the horse racing joint betting. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Betting soccer. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna come back at 10 o'clock. Rain and bucket should be. I come back at 10 o'clock. The niggas took my money. So we paid you wrong. Then I go look at this shit. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. Y'all robbed me. But to each his own. To each his own. But getting into Devin Haney, Keyshawn, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because Devin is still Devin. You feel me? Even after his situation with his dad did, I always say, Devin always had the heart to fight you. He always had the balls to fight you. He'd get in the ring with anybody. I just don't like the lies that people tell instead of telling the truth. Because Devin Haney got a chance to tell the truth. Was like, yes, they sent me and Boots a contract. They sent me a contract first. Turkey and Ish, they sent me a contract for 152. No, I never had a fight at 147, but my fight with Jose Ramirez was a welterweight fight. This is the shit I dislike with people. So if you can do a catch weight, especially if they don't lose, it's only right that the money goes up. Devin Haney exposed the fact that he's undefeated. Facts, Herb. That's a motherfucking fact. That's a motherfucking fact. Y'all see the comments? Everything Herb said is a fact. But It should be more though. You know, them fighters should be making some great paper. But no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because you know, boxing we still winning. We ain't losing. We winning. We up on the scoreboard. Only problem I have is stop giving people warnings and stuff. Now I mean, we just commentating what we do. You know, just don't do the dumb shit. You know, like me, I protected Bill Haney. That's why I ain't understand it. I'm like, I ain't see Bill throw a punch. I just seen Bill go up there and break the shit up. And then I'm hearing people saying, well, Dev, shit. When I was watching it, I ain't see Devin. I seen Devin on some professional shit. I seen Bill Haney on some professional shit. You know? But sometimes, you know, you can't. Like, all right, the Suns. People looking at the Suns. The Suns arguing. But you got to be mindful. The Suns, they're arguing with a professional fighter. So when their mindset is, fuck that, I'm going to take the first swing. But, you know, when you're protected by a certain entity, this is the shit you can do. That's why I said Devin Haney versus Tiger Johnson is a better fight. Why? Because the storyline is there. WWE, right? The storyline is there. You know, we got the first biggest fight of the year, which was T.O. and motherfucking Shakur. If we get Devin and Keyshawn, yeah, that's a big fight too. And I hope it's pay-per-view. I mean, I'll be fire sticking that shit. I mean, yeah, no. It's like I purchase it though. I purchase all of the fighters that I think should be pay-per-view stars. I purchase this shit. I always thought, you know, the two brothers that was fighting, shit, all majority of them that was fighting on that card yesterday. You know, a lot of people don't understand this. Sometimes, see, back in the day when I was growing up, when you became a champion, you know, you make millions of dollars, you become a pay-per-view star, etc. It's like they don't do that no more. And it was never no marinade. Never no marinade. It was never no marinade. Nigga was a marinade, nothing. Until Floyd took control of his destiny, that's when the Mayweather effect, the marination came. Yeah, the back, this my son. Naeem Day Jesus, one of the top amateurs in Philadelphia. You know? And me, like, I just look at certain shit. Like, you gotta understand, like a lot of us, right? And a lot of us older men, right? When we was growing up, remember, we was playing basketball outside. I don't give a fuck if it was still the bacon. Girls playing hopscotch. We was playing catch a girl, freak a girl. We was playing good shit. These kids now don't do none of that. That's why they gas out so much. They gas out real fast. They gas out real fast. But the key thing to staying conditioned and well conditioned is how can I say this? Oh man. My fault, y'all. Yeah, you know, I gotta help my kid. You know, I gotta homeschool them. So I gotta make sure they right quick. Because what they don't know and learn, like I can teach them. Because you know how these schools is now, like half of these kids can't even fucking read. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, fuck that. You got me chopped. You got me chopped and screwed. Not mine. You know, not mine. But like I say, man, you know, it's a lot of shit that goes on behind closed doors that we don't know about. A lot of WWE shit that we don't know about. that goes on behind closed doors. But we're gonna find out, and I'm here to bring y'all the news. Shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. You know, shout out my guy Herb Legend. Shout out my broski Frontline. Shout out Round One Sports. My brother Edwin. H. You already know. Shout out everybody. Shout out everybody. Hey Mill, what up, George? My guy Mill City. I don't know. Sometimes you got. I'm gonna get to this. Right. You got a lot of people that work for these people. I don't get paid by these people. I mean, I'm not sponsored. Everything I do on my own. You feel me? Everything I do on my own. I pay my own shit, do my own. Especially when I get a little leg movement. When I start doing these interviews, hopefully like 50, I'm gonna try to see can I get an interview like real rap. Even if it's 10 minutes, you feel me? I can give you $10 in a minute. Even if it's 10 minutes, I'm gonna chop that 10 minutes the fuck up. Know what I mean? Give you $100 for 10 minutes, man. You got $100 for 10 minutes. Because I know how to run it and control it. Like if I was to interview a person and I'll tell the person, look, I could give you this up front and we can eat off the video together. So if the video do 1 million views and let's say the pay is 10,000, right? It's me and my co-host and you is and I give you, let's say, the $100 for 10 minutes, or you'll take something else. Because I'm gonna pay you for 10, 20 minutes. But if you can be like, all right, bro, just for 20 minutes, just send me 50, then the other, I mean, just send me 100, and then the other 10, I'm gonna eat off what you make. I'm cool with that. But it's hard for me to get monetized when you got these fighters and coaches that do the dumb shit, and then when we report on the news that we supposed to, they want to strike us, give us warnings and shit. That's not right. It's not right. Don't do the dumb shit. Don't do the dumb shit. Don't do it. Because like I said, I backed it, Bill. I don't know why Bill them gave me a straight when I backed it. Him like, yo, Bill, you look at my other 3 motherfucking shorts. You see, Bill sitting there breaking up the fight. Even on my lives, I'm saying, yo, that was the best prelim this year. That was the best prelim this year. But he was breaking up the fight, and Devin conducted himself as a true athlete. But then the next day, Devin Haney was punching behind the scene. I ain't seen none of that shit. I seen Bill get stumped out. And he ain't do nothing but break up the fight. But then you heard people saying that Bill had Tiger Johnson in the headlock while Sons was punching him. I ain't see that. Because I see Bill on the far left of me looking around like, what the fuck? He was doing an interview with Chisora, if I'm not mistaken. Then he turned his head. He see his sons getting into it. Then, you see him breaking up the fight. I'm just glad Tiger Johnson chain ain't get lost. You know what I mean? If that shit would have got lost, you would have found out was it Morsenites or not. But Tiger Johnson, a 2020 Olympian, Ohioan, a great fighter. All these brothers is great, man. All these, every fighter, every boxer that's ranked the top 5,000 is all good brothers. From women and females, good sisters. But it's different types in the league. You got A+, A-, B+, B-, C+, C-, D+, D-. You ain't got no F, nigga. You just got the dirty bag. That shit skip. F, G, H, I. It's skip 4 letters and go straight to J when you become a journeyman. You know what I mean? But the D is 3 types of D level elite fighters. You got the D+, the D-, and the nigga who gonna take the dive. You know what I mean? Just saying though, I'm just giving y'all game, because this is what I was taught as when I was young. Shout out to Earl. They used to train me. Shout out, rest in peace, Pad Man. Everybody know who Pad Man is. One of the greatest trainers here in Philadelphia. Shout out Pad Man. Especially for the streets. Pad Man was the best street trainer in the city. So he'll pull up on the block and whatever he do. They we sitting there doing pad work, we working out. Nigga got the whole corner. Like, it's a fact. Pad man, rest in peace, Pad man. When I was in my work release bag at the time, like I said, Earl's from Champion Gym. Oh, here, Earl. He was a pro boxer at Champions back in the day and shit. Earl used to train me. Because I just used to go in there. I used to do a bunch of calisthenics and stuff and shit. And just always, I used to always shadow box and shit. He used to look at me like, yo, you're a fighter. I'm like, nah, when I was young, I used to like to do this shit. You know what I mean? That the streets took a hold of me. So I just love to do it because it's one of my favorite sports. Like, football, boxing, flipping is my favorite sports. I could flip my ass off. Basketball, I liked it, but once Jordan left, the shit became dead because I wasn't trying to give Iverson that, and everything was like, we're going to make it, if you know. But he seen me, he said, fuck it, we're going to get in some work. Then getting in that work just ended up training me for multiple years, until we left. That's how I built my relationship with him. And I learned certain things there too. And that's one thing I tell people. You get the same game, the same guidance, but in a different definition. And what I mean by that is, like, for instance, people are like, well, you saying definition. There's only one definition. The definition I mean is the outcome. The outcome of of what they're giving you. Like, for instance, if you're young, like at a young age, you're already doing push-ups and stuff, you working out, the definition is going to always be there. Until you meet a person that's trying to work out, you'll see his chest kind of in. You'll see people got kind of like they stomach and arms. Because everybody is not going to have everything. You got to work on that. You got some niggas that have big shoulders and arms but won't have no chest. You will have a nigga that got a six-pack in the chest but his arms will be skinny. Then you'll have a nigga big up here but got wilder legs. Who the fuck wants some wilder legs? Not me. You got to work on everything. So that's why I say the definition start at a young age. When you in gym, you pay attention to PE. It's all yogi shit they teaching us. It's all meditation moves that they teaching us when you really understand it. But to us, we don't really know nothing. We just coming in here to the gym. I just want to play basketball. I want to play whatever. But when you got to warm up and exercise and stretch your legs, it's all yoga and meditation drills. You feel me? But that's the key thing I'm saying is the definition of everybody, because when you watching it, you see the outcome, the definition of certain people. This nigga arms probably be hustling. This nigga probably got some big ass calves. So all right. When I was young, a person with big calves, we knew that either the nigga can jump high, he can run fast, or he can punch hard. You feel me? Because you got a lot of power. That's where your power comes from. Hey, Jalil, what up, Lil? What up, Jay? Thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. Everybody tuned in. Go to the little page and subscribe, man. You know me. Everybody that's tuned in, we subscribe to each other. We build, man. Let me know. Drop something in the comments. I'm going to pull up on you and subscribe to your channel. Real rare. I follow back. Now, I like to build with people. I'm a real motherfucking person. You know how everybody else, they get too bougie. Like, nah, nigga. The link in the chat, you want to pull up, hit that link, I'll post that bitch back up. I like to build with people. Feed on land, man. Feed on land. That's how you build with people. Especially when you build a wider audience. This is what you got to do. And I'm happy, it's coming back. I'm happy it's coming back. Because one thing about this channel, we not biased. I love the sport. It's like, because I got mad. I got mad as shit. When Bud didn't know what the fuck with Victor Conte, I got mad as shit. Because I was always defending, like, this motherfucker should be a pay-per-view star. Because I seen it. You seen it at 135, he got the title. Went to 140, became undisputed. Why is he still focused on Lomachenko? When you got $100 million fighter right here. Then the lies, they say, well, he don't sell tickets. Shit. Well, every time you go to Omaha, you looking, that shit sold out. Same thing with Shakur. But I get what they did, you understand? Which is not Bob Arum. It was the person that was running it at the time. We watched Nord be sold out. Y'all paying people $100 to get up and leave. Y'all paying people $50 to boo a person. When we all know he's not going to come here and knock nobody out. He's going to put on a beautiful boxing performance. like we just got Saturday. So we're not expecting the knockout. But no, since y'all want him to re-sign back to y'all and they not doing that, look what happened. We seen it with O'Shaquie Foster, right? Then they robbed O'Shaquie Foster, then he signed back with them, then he get the rematch to get his title back. Come on, y'all. If you know, you know. And I won't be surprised Eddie Hearn went that route. You seen how he did with Andy Cruz. Niggas like, Facts, what you talking about? This is what I'm talking about, right? The Andy Cruz situation. The word is Bam Rodriguez is signing the Zuffa. Andy Cruz contract is up, right? Doing who fight? The Martella fight, the Raymond Martella fight, right? So fake news come out, Bam Rodriguez signed back with Matchroom when we know is he signed the Zuffa. He signed with Zuffa. So since Andy Cruz, he took the top rank, playbook is, all right, sign this contract, I can get you this back. But if you don't, I'm going to make sure you take a loss. And I'm going to win double because I'm going to re-sign Bam. It ain't go nothing how he playing. A lot of people said when Eddie Hearn first came over here, he was a snake in the suit. And I was like, bro, everybody is snake in the suit. Now, man, but one thing I see is these brothers give him $1 billion and he come over and trying to get the best competition and put on the best fight. A snake in the suit is your politician, nigga. If you got your promoter going out there spending their hard-earned cold cash and putting on these beautiful events, getting these big-ass arenas and stadiums, not a club, arena and stadium, and that shit look terrific when you get in there, you feel me? Put respect on them people's name. And their fighters are making millions of dollars. Put respect on their name. That's all I say. That's all I say. That's why I say with Dana and them is, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so I'm just shooting off of what I read in the news from the contract. Shout out to the Guardian who posted last week. You can go to the Guardian, check out the Zuffa boxing, the slave contract, and how much y'all getting paid per fight. $500 million per fight, and fighters are making that. It's outrageous. They should make more than that. You feel me? At least let all of them listen. Just with $100 million, you can pay those fighters at the time. Let them touch $1 million. $1 million. You got a financial class. You gotta have a financial a financial literacy type class. Show these people how to invest, spread their wealth into multiple avenues. You got to teach them this. Like, bro, you giving them brick money. You giving them kilo money. Like, what the fuck? These fighters getting paid kilo money. Even if a nigga get paid 200, bro, that's 3 kilos right now. Shit, the kilo's about to go up 40,000. They say. You giving these niggas kilo money, and you getting 500 million per fight, and they getting paid that. It's outrageous. And you putting on good cards, good fights. But the key thing y'all said is we're going to see fighters that we never seen before, and all you did was went to all these other promotional companies and got the B and C level elite fighters and turning them to A by putting them in there with certain fights. Because you can make a C level elite fighter an A level if you just put them in there with a how can I say this? The Mayweather effect. You fight a person out their prime. Because that's what I dislike when a nigga be like, yo, he beat a champion. Oh, if he beat a champion, that means he won the champion, right? No, he beat a former champion. So stop saying he beat a champion. Even if like me, let's say if I beat I'm 130, right? So let's say Andy Cruz come to 130, right? And I beat Andy Cruz. Matter of fact, for instance, like the Raymond Mataya. Y'all see how he beat Andy Cruz, right? Now, if Andy Cruz his fight come back, and 2 fights later, he end up fighting for another title and win that title, y'all can't, they're going to say that Raymond Mataya beat a champion. No, you beat a nigga, when you fought him, he wasn't a champion. He became a champion later. This is the Floyd effect because a lot of that shit happened. You know, we just watched Shakur beat a champion, not beat a former champion. But even though Teofimo wasn't a champion, he would have said they would have still said, yeah, he beat a champion because he used to be a former champion. They got to get that shit out of boxing. No, beating the champion is you going in there whooping his ass and you get your hand get raised and you win a belt. That's beating the champion. You know? But fighters getting paid this is crazy. And that's why I tell y'all, pay attention to the WWE shit that's going on, right? You got all of these people. You have all of these motherfucking people, right? No lie. You got all of these people. The fuck was that nerd? Nigga hearing some noise, man. You gotta nah. Well, he did good today. You know, shout out to everybody that came here and showed me love. About to get up on out of here, you know. But we here, baby. You know, we here, man. It's boxing. You gotta love it. My apologies. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you gotta put on. You gotta put on. You have to put on. No doubt, work out. Always gotta stay in shape, man. That's all I do all day when there ain't nothing to do. I look at it as kind of cool. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody that pulled up. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. Give my shout outs before I go. You already know, shout out Ho Santos Boxing. Now I mean 0.5 speed. It's all you need to understand the motherfucking fight and judge it for yourself. Shout out my broski Frontline. Shout out to Round One Sports, my guy Edwin. Shout out H Money. Shout out Herb Legend. Shout out Fast Life. My nigga Fast Life, you know what I mean? Shout out Team No Lacking. I appreciate you, family. You know, Herb, my guy. Shout out to Jalil, UTAP, Jay. Thanks for tuning in, my brother. Subscribe to all these brothers we building as a community. You know, when it's up, it's up. Know what I mean? Don't get stuck in between and get fucked up. You understand me? And that's a motherfucking fact. Shout out my brother JR, you know, always pulling up on me. Shout out to everybody on Facebook that pulled up on me. I appreciate you. Everybody on YouTube, the YouTube family, I appreciate you. But YouTube, we got to stop this, man. They giving out warnings and strikes for nothing. You know, when they come and trying to do that, you need to inform them. Stop doing the nut shit. Because this is what our channel going to do. Like, we building with people. We building with the world. This shit is worldwide. You know? And that's what I hope a lot of these people understand is y'all can't try to, you know, judge us off the true shit. I'm talking about the people that's doing the nut shit. You know? The shit y'all doing is that shit everywhere. That shit like this. That shit everywhere. That shit everywhere. Everybody got these. You know? You're going to get picture or they're going to film it. So if it get put out, it becomes fair use. It becomes public domain. You know? Just don't get yourself into that type of situation. And especially give somebody a fucking warning or a copyright strike when they're defending you. Not saying that you're in the wrong. No, I'll probably say, like, damn, he was minding his business, but now he's getting fucked up. He's getting stumped out. He's seeing trees and all types of Jordans in his face. But it's fucked up because he was breaking up the fight. Why did that happen to him? You understand me? So you can't fault a person for saying that. I'm defending you because you was really breaking the fight up. When people were saying you had people in the headlock, I ain't see the video. When I seen Bill, he was breaking up the fight. Remember, he was doing the interview first. You see it clear as day. Then when niggas saying Devin Haney was throwing body shots, Devin Haney was on the stage. He looked, see what was going on. He was about to go, then he turned around and kept it professional. So what other people seen, I ain't seen. I only seen the videos and footage that have been sent to me, and I up it. Because once I seen the videos online, I said, all right, I got the footage from my people that was there. You know what I mean? And a lot of people need to understand is, and for you professional fighters, I'm a fan of all of you. I'm a fan of all of y'all. Now, I mean, I don't give a fuck if you just coming into the sport of boxing as a professional. I like you. Certain amateurs, I pay attention to. You feel me? I pay attention to their career when they turn pro. And I've been paying attention to, shout out the Unstoppable Gones, Roberto Raul Rivera Gones from out Florida. That kid is talented. Shout out to Darrell Blast Valsaint. That kid is talented. Know what I mean? I've been keeping my eyes on these two brothers right here for probably for like 2 years so far. You know, like how can I like mid, like the spring between mid of 2024. One was 2023, one was 2024. I've been paying attention to these two kids. They gifted. I've been paying attention to Najee Lopez since like 2022. You know, I like Najee a lot. I feel as though sometimes, you know, he just gotta be more faster, let it out. No, he's very, very disciplined. He listens to his corner too much. But sometimes you gotta go in that two bag and let it out. That's what I like about Glass Valsaint and Unstoppable Gomes. You know, Unstoppable, like he's a switch hitter. He's coming. He's coming. He's gonna download data and he's coming. Just like Glass Valsaint. You're going on your back pocket. You feel me? That boy Blast, my guy, he's putting shit down. That's why when I've been watching these two fighters, even Najee Lopez, and they from Florida. I got a couple fighters up here I pay attention to. You feel me? And I'm gonna give it to you because I'm gonna start uploading, you know, these situations, but it takes a lot to grab my attention. It takes a lot. It takes a lot because I see it. I see it. Like, oh yeah. Like when Bud came, when Timothy Bradley got Bud in the top rank and started managing Bud for his career shit, you synced it. Is that a person ain't trying? A person gonna go right in a tool bag when they go listen. When you get in that ring and you learn when you get in the ring and you getting directions from your corner and you paying attention, all right, he's well disciplined. All right, I'm starting to like the kid. Now when it's time for you to call the audible, now we get to see what's in your tool bag. Because now you're taking from your corner and you're taking from yourself. You're pulling it, you're taking everything out your tool bag. So I'm seeing. Feel me? Like for instance, let's say we go bam, shoot the jab, double up, one. You getting instructions from the corner. Now when you doing that, you leaning, you see an opening right there. You lean this way, you see an opening right there, and one straight up the middle. All right, now they telling you jab, double up, 1, 2. Now, when you throw that 1, 2, you seen something. So now it's you going in your bag. When they tell you double up, catch it. Boom, boom, boom. That's your tool bag then. So now your corner see it, and when the assistant might be saying, damn, my boy did it. I see what you talking about. Because I want a lot of fighters to understand, yes, you're the person that's getting in the ring, but boxing is a team sport. You got a coach, you got assistants, you got a cut man. When you in that gym, you got a training camp. And who in your training camp is the motherfuckers that's walking down that motherfucking aisle with you. And when you get in that ring, you representing all of them. You and them three. And your gym and your city. That's what you're representing. But when you get in the directions, the shit that your corner see, and you sit down and y'all talking and you saying and you giving them the data, which is I felt this power, I know what he's doing, he's kind of fast, he's kind of this. They're gonna download it. In the next round, they're going to explain it to you, but right there, they're going to give you the shit that they downloaded too. Now it's uploading into your mind. So now when you go in there, you're like, I was correct on that. They seen what they seen. Now let me go on my tool bag. You know? It's a team sport, y'all. Because every time you go to that corner, it's 3 guys there. Remember that. It's 4 of y'all that walk into that motherfucking ring. You just the captain of the boat. That's it. You know? And I want a lot of people to understand that, because once you get to understand that, you can learn. You will learn the difference from a teacher, a trainer, and a coach. You feel me? The teacher is going to teach you and show you. Same thing a coach will, but a coach is, nigga, I got a whole team. Even though the teacher teaches everybody, but you can get private lessons from that teacher. You feel me? A coach got to coach the whole team and everything. He's a teacher too, but he's coaching the whole team. But some things he might not do with certain people. But a teacher will once you pay for his private lessons. Now a trainer just in there like, motherfucker, just give me the money. Oh, your son started boxing when he getting bullied in school. Don't worry about it. Next week he be punching on shit. Instead of teaching the guy, training the guy on his footwork, giving him basic knowledge, step, dip, 1, 2, dip, 1, 2. You already punching the motherfucking pads. And you kept your word, because now the mom see the son throwing punches, but when the son get punched, he start crying at him. So what the fuck did you teach him? You look at the footwork, still stagnant. What the fuck did you teach him? Because when you become a teacher and a pure coach, you grow love for the people that you giving your gems to. And I need a lot of people to understand this, right? When certain trainers train a certain fighter, the fighters start fighting their style. Like, I'm going to use Earl Spence and Derrick James for an example. I want you to go back and watch Derrick James clips of Derrick James fighting. And when you watch Earl Spence, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I see what one's saying. Fight just like it. Even he got Charlo to fight just like it, remember? Brian Norman is a perfect fit because he already fits that Earl and Derrick James type style. You know? He's going to walk him down. He's going to be the black Mexican. He's going to walk you down. But is that what Derrick is? Derrick going to help him keep his chin more tucked and his hands more up, hopefully. You feel me? And that's the basics. Because Senior already gave him good instructions and shit. And that's the key thing people need to understand is when y'all go on the corners and y'all hearing certain shit, there's certain shit that's going on behind the scenes that we know nothing about. I watched them say Norman Sr. gave Junior bad instructions. We watched Lopez Sr. give his son bad instructions. You're going to wake up tomorrow regretting this shit. But y'all don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Y'all people don't know shit. So sometimes it's best for us to keep our lips sealed, man, and wait so we can understand what's really going on behind the scenes. You know? But thanks for everybody that showed up, pulled up on me. I appreciate the love. You know, we'll be back tomorrow with episode 50. Or even if I pause episode 50, I really wanted to start bringing interviews during episode 50 on up. But I'm gonna start reaching out. Hopefully, I reach out today, see who take take something for 10 minutes. You know, I told you I'm gonna hit them up. Yo, I got $100 for 10 minutes. You know, get the interview, I get it. I don't know, on to the next. You feel me? You gotta pay how you play, man. But $10 a minute ain't bad. You hear me? Better than $10 an hour. No, $10 an hour is still good for people. But getting it a minute. You know what I mean? $100 for 10 minutes of your time. Time is money, right? Money is time, right? Let's get it. Let's eat together. You know what I mean? You know, I get off my strike May 2nd. I just got off a strike, y'all. This is crazy, man. You know, but this what comes with, you know, being a journalist. You know, I'm on house arrest, so I will be at the gyms when I get off this, but and really run into people. But once I get off this, any fighter, please don't run down on me. Please don't. Because I've been there where you never been. I did jail time, lots of it. Sitting in that little ass cell, being in the hole, all that shit. You ain't never did one time in that motherfucker. Leave me alone. You understand me? I'm just critiquing my motherfucking sport that I love. You got a problem with it, just tighten up. Or I spar you. You feel me? At the end of the day, you're gonna respect me when we spar. You feel me? That's what people got to do. And at the end of the day, man, I need everybody to stay rest up, keep your head high, keep your eyes open. You hear me? Make sure you pay attention to your peripheral so you can see everything coming. You understand me? You can see everything coming. February here, we still got more cars to go through. You know, hopefully March be lit, but you know, Ryan Barrios this month, right? If I'm not mistaken. You know, Sugar Nunez, Navarrete this month, right? I forgot we got some more cars this month, but we just got Ryu and them. They opened up February. That car Zuffa opened up February with a cool car. You know, I'm gonna make a video about the Jalil Hackett situation because I want to go into a little bit more detail and breakdown. But besides that, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you tuning in, pulling up on me. You know, I ain't paranoid. You know, I just gotta pay attention to my surroundings. You hear me? But at the end of the day, thank all of y'all. You hear me? It's all Facts No Opinion Sport Podcast. I'm your host, One Three. I don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. You hear me? Hey yo, cuz, what's up? Hey yo, hey, cuzzo, that motherfucking jaw got Big Baby Miller shit got pushed back. They should have gave that nigga an 8 count for that. Real rap. They gave him 2 8 counts. He hit that nigga that shit. I was like, damn, that's legend. Tank and Shakur. Now I don't know. Now you know what his prior is, cuz I'm on Restream. And what I got on my Restream, you know, I got YouTube first, then Facebook. So it's probably lagging on the Facebook side of things. But on YouTube, that shit like is up and running. But yeah, I still got. I don't know. It'll be a good fight, but I got Tank. Tank different. You know, Southpaws hate fighting other Southpaws. Nah, man, I got Tank. Because I was in your mom. That's why. We gotta ask your mom about that, host of Nightmares. Yeah, cuz, but I got Tank putting him to sleep. You know, he ain't I got Tank. You know, cause Tank, they've been in there with each other, so Tank understand him more. You know, you seen how he got out the ring when Tank knocked his motors loose. When Tank knocked his motor loose, he got right out the ring. That boy hopped right out that motherfucking ring. And ran and got dental work. And another thing is, you know, the power. You know, but the key thing is about Tank. What I respect what Tank said when he said if he go over there and fight Devin, that he got to beat the system. You know, and by beating the system is y'all hear it every day when they say Tank ain't fight nobody. That be the dumbest shit people say out their mouth. Cause it'd be like how dumb is you niggas? Y'all niggas is fighting Tank leftovers. You feel me? Like I say, I give you the last 11, 12, 13 opponents he fought. Really all title defenses, title shots from Jose Pedraza, Leon Welsh, Francisco Fonseca, Jesus Salar, Hugo Ruiz, Ricardo Nunez, Gamboa, Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, Pitbull, Rowley, Hector Garcia, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin, Lamont Roach. That's a heavy ass resume. And when you look at everybody right now, they all fighting as leftovers. But the people that create narratives is everybody that was signed to Top Rank, who was fighting a bunch of fucking nobodies. I'm just saying though. Nah, man. people looking at Loma, but when Loma first came to the States, we watched Loma get his ass whipped by an old man named Salito. Salito being the fucking speakies, nigga. You fought a nigga in this, they came out to speakies and beat your ass. They had high hopes for him. And then after that, people were, well, he fought Gary Russell and he fought Rigondeaux. Bro, he moved these brothers 2-3 weight classes up to fight them. Then coming overweight. Then the world not knowing these brothers had injuries. And forced them brothers on out there to lose their title. Know what I mean? That's all I say. Because at the end of the day, Shakur, when he fought Edwin De Los Santos, he ran the whole fight. Then people say, oh, he fought him with one hand. Well, when the fuck did he hurt his hand? Because we ain't see it. We ain't even see the nigga throw a punch. Oh, he came into the ring with his hands hurt. That's a motherfucking lie. People got to stop. And first, why his hands wasn't hurt in this fight? Come on, man. Y'all people be tripping, man. And y'all people like, oh, you know, Senior was giving him bad instructions. No, Senior was telling him, nigga, you're going to regret yourself for taking this motherfucking situation. Oh, that's good. Loma came in overweight. When he was fighting Gary Russell with them niggas, yeah, he forced Gary to come up. Gary didn't even tell you that. Gary was injured. He forced Gary to come up some motherfucking classes. Gary was hurt. They forced my nigga. And that's my story. You dig? You hear me, host? That's my story, my nigga. But yeah, besides that, Loma ain't that. You know, when people were saying, well, yeah, now Nicholas was a legit killer, but you gotta look the time when he fought Nicholas though. You feel me? He wasn't fighting Nick when Nick was hammering shit. You feel me? Even though he was still hammering shit later, but Nick was a dog. Nick was a motherfucking dog. Like with the Devin and Loma, I thought Devin won the fight clearly. You know, just watching the first 5 rounds till he stopped throwing the jab. Like that jab was a problem for him. Once Dev stopped throwing the jab, then Lomachenko had sporadic moments. People were like, oh, well, Loma, but no, the fuck he did. Dev won that fight clear as day. The Jermaine Ortiz was like a close fight. The Cambosis joint, that shit, you know, but Loma was, and that's one thing I want to get with people is, right? When Loma was in his prime, wasn't none of them niggas like talking all that crazy shit. Even when they won in there, like when you see Tevin Farmer sparred him, Shakur sparred him, and then they did an interview with Ellie Setback, and then they saying, yeah, you know, he's too good, he's touching us up. Y'all niggas speaking a different tune now. Because when y'all was in front of this man's face and doing an interview with him, that tune was kind of different, you know. But but Tank is my answer. I got Tank knocking him out. You know, but I like what I seen in Shakur. You know, like this weekend. You know, my first time seeing him bend his knees. You know, I seen him dip. You know, I always seen that nigga step back. He'll stay on this line. He amateurish. But now he was like, nah, man, fuck being on the ropes. I'm talking about doing that shit, like bending your knees, really doing it. Because it was, just go back and watch the fight. When he fight, he's staying tall. You feel me? So when a person staying tall, it's easy to knock the fuck out. Even if you gotta know it. That's the key thing is you gotta know it. A lot of niggas can throw punches and think they can fight, but can't fight. That's motherfuckers that thinking, oh, all I gotta do is throw a bunch of jabs, keep throwing. You gonna get beat the fuck up when you fight. You fighting somebody that really know how to fight it and punch placement. And a nigga that ain't gonna get tired for shit. You know, that's why I respect their conditioning right there. But that Tio that came into the ring, we don't know who the fuck that was, you know? But Shakur and De Los Santos was the best fight for him to show is that he was amongst the elite. But this fight he did, like he looked good. I can't lie, he looked good in this fight. You know, the key thing is he paid attention to his corner. He was listening to his corner. And his hands ain't hurt. Think about it. Every other fight he fought, soon he done, his hands hurt, right? His hands ain't hurt this fight, right? You know, it's just certain shit people need to understand when you go against the system. And that's the thing with Tank. When Tank fights Shakur, Tank gonna go through everything Teal went through. He's gonna go against the system. Because the announcers, Teal the Ring Magazine champ, right? Them niggas was talking all bad about him. They still was bringing up shit from the Sandor Martin fight. Fuck the Sandor Martin fight, nigga. You gotta talk Josh telling all that shit on up. Even Arnold Barboza, how he looked good. Then when y'all talk about Shakur, y'all talking about some shit he was doing at 126. Y'all wasn't talking about none of this shit he was doing at 135, because at 135, it was all bad performances. De Los Santos got robbed in that fight. They only gave Shakur the victory because he was the WBC champion at 126, 130. So we're already familiar with you because we trying to get that Tank fight. Plus, you got it donuts. You know what I mean? The shit WWE is right now, man. Look who controlling shit, man. That's the key thing people need to look at. Don't believe them niggas just had a Ring Magazine award, nigga. Nigga, Oscar De La Hoya owned the ring and he never threw a Ring Magazine award. The nigga before that never threw. Niggas was to throw a Ring Magazine's award. And everybody that won is everybody that was under their card. It show you the biasness in the WWE shit. I mean, but yeah, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. I appreciate you. Let's see. Shout out host the Nightmares. I appreciate you. Good man. Shout out cousin Barbara Maine. Y'all already know, cuz. So I had a great show today, man. Had a great show today. I'm just mad at Bill Haney. Bill, he did some bitch shit, y'all. He did some real bitch shit. Put in another nigga. I just came off a strike, nigga. For some niggas from Russia. I don't even know niggas in Russia. I had to write the nigga in Russia like, nigga, who the fuck is you? Now I get a strike from the Haneys. Not my first time, but like, yo, second time. Bug gave me one, you gave me one, Bowman gave me one, Victor Conte gave me one. Like, this shit crazy. Nigga from Russia gave me one. I've been fighting these fucking strikes since 2023. For 3 years, I've been fighting these motherfucking strikes, trying to get monetized. I do over 1 million views a motherfucking month. I gain hundreds and thousands of subscribers a fucking month. I watch my channel get zapped. I go on live. I used to have 1,000 niggas on the live. Now I still get 300, 400, 500 now. But they used to shoot me. Go back and watch my shit. Every short I pulled up was doing the 50,000 or better. I still do them. I still play. I upload 5 shorts a day. So the 5 shorts a day, 4 of them probably hit like 7,000, 8,000, 10,000. Then the rest, one of them probably go back up to like 60,000, 80,000. That's what I do a day just on shorts. My regular videos, I used to do like 4 to 100. I mean 400 to a motherfucking 1,000. Then they started hitting my shit, making me only do 14. I mean, now my shit climbing back up. You know, because people know that I'm sitting here telling the truth. I ain't lying or nothing. You know what I mean? I'm telling the truth. I'm not giving no biased commentary. You know, because when you know something, you know it. You just hear Project Mockingbird everywhere, everybody critiquing the same shit. But not over here in All Facts, No Opinion Sport podcast and Santos Boxing. You know what I mean? Shout out my brother Frontline. You hear me? Round One Sports, H Money. You know, we're going to give you something different. You hear, Ski? But I'm up on out of here, man. You know, have a beautiful day, y'all. We out of here, man. Before I get a copyright straight on some nut shit. Dollar.